Hi, it's Jules, and today I've got a really wonderful carrot cake recipe for you. So this is something that I've kind of been like thinking about for a while, like a simple carrot cake where it's mostly carrots. 'Cause I think a lot of carrot cake recipes, it's a great idea, but we don't actually use enough carrots in them. So I've just kind of bumped that up. It's dairy free, so I'm using a bit of oil, and then it's gluten free as well. So using ground almonds instead of flour, and so it's really like it's just the moistest, loveliest cake ever. And all you do is you mix everything together, pop it in a tin, bake it in the oven, and it's done. So it's super simple as well. And then you could serve it. It's lovely on its own, but if you want some dairy with it, you could serve it with ice cream or cream or the usual suspects. Or if you wanted to go kind of the frosting option, you could do that as well. I've actually got a great cream cheese kind of frosting that I use on my chocolate and Guinness cake, so I'll put the link in for that as well. But yeah, we'll get into the kitchen, I'll show you how we do it. Get our pan ready, so I'm preheating the oven on 180C, which is 350F, I think. So I'm just going to actually put a baking sheet, like a baking tray, in the oven to preheat, and then with the pan I'm just going to, it's like a 20 centimetre 8-inch spring pong pan. So I'm just going to line it with a piece of baking paper, and then we're just going to pour a little bit of oil in to oil the pan, and that's kind of all the prep work we need to do. So just quickly oil in, and just you can use your fingers to kind of get around the sides. And the reason I'm using a tray in the oven is sometimes you get a bit of oil leaking down, so rather than have it leaking into my oven, I'm going to have it into the tray, and the tray will just help the base to cook a bit faster as well. So that's that. So first we'll get everything mixed together. It's such a simple cake. So we want half a cup of oil, and 250 grams of brown sugar, which I have to look in the recipe for the conversion. Not that good, it's probably about 9 ounces, but so 250. From 60 we need more. 250, she's good. And then we're just going to just stir that together. So you could whisk this with the electric whisk if you want, but you just want the oil and the sugar to kind of come together. And then we're going to whisk in the eggs one at a time. So just doing 3 eggs. So it's quite a bit of egg. That's going to give, it's got such a lovely texture, this cake. It's so moist, and you just feel it's good for you. 1 egg, 2 eggs, splashing things everywhere. So of course they're free range happy chicken eggs. Okay, so it doesn't have to be super well mixed. And next we'll pop in the almond meal, so 250 grams again, so same amount as the sugar. Yeah. So it's quite a bit of almond meal. If you wanted to make it a bit less expensive, you could replace the almond meal with flour, or even just replace half the almond meal with some self-raising flour. So that'll give the texture will be a bit lighter and won't be as moist, but it'll still be lovely. And because almond meal is expensive. But if you've got a gluten allergy or intolerance, and I don't really have much choice. Okay, so that doesn't have to be super well mixed, just kind of get it in there. Next we're going to grate in the carrots. So we want, same again, so 250 grams, so I think it's about 9 ounces carrots. So that's 260 by the time the tops come off, they go in. So if you've got a food processor, that can be really handy at this point in time, but I've actually left my food processor in Sydney, the grater section, so I'll have to do this on a chopping board. So you just want it coarsely grated. It doesn't have to be too fine. And this is what. Okay, so carrot's grated and it's in, and then all we need to do is just mix the carrot in. So it's quite a bit of carrot, and that's the real secret to this cake. Who would have thought the best thing about carrot cake would be to use more carrots? So just mix her in. Doesn't have to be too perfect. And then we're just going to pop it into the prepared tin. Again, don't worry about making it too pretty. And then we're going to just bake it for about an hour. So I might check it after about, probably 50-55 minutes. So we'll just stir in, smooth off the top a little bit, but again, don't stress about it too much. And so the cake's been in for an hour. I'm just having a look. So see how it's cracked, kind of around there. And when I press on it, it feels quite firm, and it's kind of puffed up and risen. So I'm thinking that's done. Because this is such a moist cake and it's not flour based, sticking a skewer in isn't going to help. Like, it won't stick to the skewer anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're just going to let it cool down in the tin, and then we'll grab it out, and it's ready to serve.